Everybody put your hands together. Ame Luv. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Get yourself comfortable. Welcome to So Live. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I like to open these conversations up with like a reoccurring question I ask almost every one of our guests. I'm sure these guys is annoying with hearing it, but I think it's like such an important question. What is your earliest music memory?
Fifth grade,
Okay.
singing a talent show.
Okay.
No One by Alicia Keys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was my earliest memory for sure. That's when I was like, I want to do this. And then my mom put me into like theater, musical theater, dance, singing, and acting together.
Okay.
So I started doing all those three at the same time.
Okay, so you've been doing this for a while. You've been at
Yes.
all three for a while.
Yes,
All right. I didn't come across that with my
Yes.
research. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Okay. Jersey stand up.
Yeah.
And what's your ethnicity?
I'm Dominican.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you are an artist that pulls from real life experiences.
Yes.
Right. Both negative and positive, I would assume.
Yeah.
Right. How grateful are you for like both of those types of experiences?
I would say that sometimes I feel like I can't not write about my situation.
Okay.
And it's like sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to expose the other person and like their feelings, but like I feel like for me it's therapy. So
Okay.
it's like I gotta put myself first.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say I feel like I'd be nervous if I was like dating
Yeah,
you because I feel like I'd end up in or some. You might end up in a song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you know, but I tell them that in the beginning. I'm like, look, like I might turn you into a song. Are
Well,
you okay with that?
You said you was honest, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, it did happen to me one time, and it stirred up like a lot of drama. But hey, it helped me out. It helped me move on, and I hope that it helps somebody else move on too.
Right. Do you find one easier to pull from than the other, like negative versus positive? Is it easier to write
It's easier
negative?
to go the negative route.
Right? It seemed like it, right?
It is, but now I'm starting to write more like in the positive, or like in between.
Okay.
Like both in one song.
You know, it's a good trick.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're ever leaning towards negative, try to write the exact opposite.
Right.
Right, because it'll highlight those feelings more, and you probably get to pull more out of it.
Exactly.
It's a nice little trick I learned coming up.
Yeah.
So in the past, you've named artists like India Irie, Erykah Badu, Kali Uchi. Is it Uchi or Uchis?
Kali Uchis.
Uchis, and even Karol G.
Yeah.
As influences, and I can hear that in records like "Do You." I like that record. I really enjoy that
thank
record.
you.
That was one of your earlier songs, correct?
Yes.
Would you say your initial pursuit of music was more in the traditional American R&B
Yes.
route?
Yes, it was, and to have that and try to incorporate that in Latin music, I feel like that's an advantage.
Okay.
Just having that like R&B foundation all together.
Yeah. So
really
you
helps me out.
So you made a conscious decision to embrace your Dominican
Yes.
heritage.
And it was scary.
What prompted it?
So I was in a writer's camp
Okay.
in the Poconos, and there was a writer. He was Puerto Rican, and he was like, "Hey, I wrote this song for you. I wanted you to play with this." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "It's all reggaeton." And he's like, "Trust me, just do it." So I laid the song down, and then everybody heard it back. It was like 30 of us in there, and they were like, "Well, you sound even better in Spanish." And I was like, so I always stuck with that. Then I started listening to this on Apple Music. It's something called Suave. It's a playlist where like people are doing English and Spanish music mixed together.
Okay.
And I was like, let me try that, so I don't confuse my market, my fans, you know. So that's why I did Walk Away, and then people actually liked it. So I was like, okay, well then let me just go full blown, you know.
So
Why not?
you got proof of concept.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's dope.
so I'm still incorporating both, you know, but there's some songs that are just fully Spanish. So
Before that, did you ever feel like something was missing
yeah,
in your
I felt like
art
I wasn't,
a little bit?
I wasn't being true to myself.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I was like forcing it, trying to be like everybody else.
Right.
And when you start like making music that makes you happy, it really was mixing them or just going full,
Yeah.
you know, full Spanish.
I ask that because like I feel like it's, especially for a new artist, it's such a dangerous place to be if you're getting praise or recognition for something you don't directly connect with.
Right.
Right, that can kind of make or break an artist because
Yes.
it doesn't really hit home the praise you might be receiving. I want to read you a quote.
Okay.
What stops the evolution of art is style. Style is the death of creativity. Once you have a style, you're just repeating the same thing over and over again. Once you accept a style, it puts handcuffs on your creativity. So, as a person who doesn't speak the language, my only indicator of Latin music is the reggaeton beat. That same rhythm. It's kind of like the Jamaican one drop music.
Exactly.
How have you gone about representing that influence while still tapping into your heritage?
Right.
Because you started with the R&B.
So I just always start off with the R&B foundation, no matter what, and then we'll tune it up, maybe even Afro, and then we'll stick the drums. It's really the drums.
Right.
Stick it under it. So I have a lot of songs that just like Afro beats. I have songs like with techno too. I have a merengue that I'm working on too, which is like traditional Dominican.
Okay.
I have reggaeton. I have I'm working on a salsa. I have bachata. So I'm working on different things. I feel like I'm a well-rounded artist, and I just want to showcase that. And also have songs like that my friends love right now that I'm like I can't wait to put out. But it's one of those songs you like drive home to. So it's not like a single. It's like something you tuck in an album or an EP. And it's basically like super R&B, but then there's like the drums, a little bit of percussion in the background, like, you know?
I like that shit, like exploring. Like
Yeah, I'm having fun. I just want to have fun. Like, I feel like, when you don't really know who you are as an artist, it becomes like work. When you actually find out, it's like fun.
Do you think you found your voice yet, or are you kind of still in pursuit of it?
The music that I have, like,
Unreleased? Okay.
yeah, like, that's definitely a surprise.
Okay.
It's going to be a surprise to a lot of people, but I wanted to drop this song because it's still in that same element of what I have out.
Okay.
I don't want to just, like, full-blown throw too much.
So
too
you about to
soon.
flip it on everybody a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So it seems like the industry classifies all music sung in Spanish or Portuguese as Latin music.
Right.
I got a feeling that's that feels limiting. Wouldn't that feel limiting?
Yeah. So I, to myself, when I introduce myself, I say I'm a Latin R&B artist.
Gotcha.
Full throttle. Like, I don't think that I think I'm in my own lane.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people in that lane. Just now the label started like incorporating it, or like even like on like releasing your music, it's there now. So it's just about like pushing it and like trying new things, and hopefully more people are doing the same thing, and it becomes something.
I was going to ask you, that was my next question,
Yeah.
because I've heard you describe your music as Latin R&B, and I don't know if I've ever seen that exist.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when you go to Latin artists, it just says Latin music, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So you said there's a lot of artists that are...
Yeah, like Late Night Jiggy.
Okay.
Caliucci's does it too.
Okay.
You go back to like her early stuff, and then now it's like, wow, like she really, dominated that lane. She's like the photo of the playlist that I'm telling you about, Suave. It's basically Latin R&B music.
I want to check that out.
Yes,
I want to
definitely.
check that out, because I feel like kind of ignorant to it, right? I
Yeah.
feel like... I don't know. I feel like there's like a hint of racism in it, because you wouldn't just call stuff English music.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's so
Right.
many subgenres
Yeah.
of music that's spoken in English.
Exactly.
Do you think Latin music would fare better if there was more differentiating
Yeah.
genres?
I feel like now, or like probably 2 years ago, that's when we really started like seeing more of it out here. But I feel like if you take those people that are doing Latin R&B, including myself, and see us in like 3 years, I feel like it's going to be very, very exciting, like what we come up with and how we grow.
Yeah. They need to popularize it. I feel like the
Yeah.
reggaeton stuff
I
makes
feel like
it
it's
over
going.
here.
I feel like it's going because the Dembow market was like super tucked in DR, and now it's everywhere. Like with Al Alfa, like now everyone knows his songs. Like you may not understand, but I be seeing y'all in the club.
I mean, that's
songs.
and that's the dope part about it. Dope part about it is like you don't have to know what's being said as long as it's
The
a
vibe, the
vibe.
vibration,
Yeah. As long as you can dance to it. So
That's
I think
music though.
right.
The vibes.
So I gotta ask. You've mentioned Selena as one of your influences in the past,
Yes.
and
Oh my gosh.
everybody loves Selena. Like So you're an actor as well. For the audience, what are some of the things that you've acted in?
My first big thing was Daredevil on Netflix.
Okay.
Now it's on Disney Plus.
I did watch that.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago, right? That was like 26,
2019.
2019. Okay.
Uh-huh. I did New Amsterdam
Okay.
around the same time. I also just did something called Stinking Spring.
Okay.
So you'll see that soon. It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
And then I just did FBI a couple months ago.
All right, you out here.
So yeah, I'm
Booked and
trying.
busy.
Yes.
All right. But I gotta ask, back to Selena. I gotta
Yes.
ask, how did you feel about that Netflix series? About
So I actually was surprised to learn some of the things that I saw.
Okay.
Because I felt like the J-Lo movie was very brief.
Okay.
But to see like what she actually went through, you know, in detail, two parts, I feel like, kind of made me like, you know, kind of made me feel like I knew her more.
Knew a little bit more.
Yeah, like they showed like the real story.
Okay.
I feel like.
I don't know. Like when I see J Lo, like that's the Selena.
Oh, of course.
You know,
Of
so I
course.
kind of shitted on it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I just like the actor. I feel like somebody was like, you know, that she wasn't really prepared for the role. But I feel like what she had, she did what she could. I feel
Okay.
like, you know, I still have that like actor mentality. I'm like, she really told the story like thoroughly. I feel like the movie was just like an hour, and it was like, you know, what they could show in an hour.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I respect her.
I gotta take your word for it. You're an actor and
Yeah,
all.
she
you
did
know?
a great job. I don't, you know, because
That's
I would have never
good.
watched. Like I would have never been able to watch the whole thing if I felt like she wasn't, you know, a strong actor.
Okay. So acting is something you're actively pursuing at the moment.
Yes.
Do you like one more than the other?
So that's so hard. Everyone asks me that.
Yeah, you gotta pick a baby. Pick a
Oh my
baby.
God, I can't. I've been doing the both at the same time. Like I'm a signed actor in LA, New York, Atlanta. I'll go to school as well. I study with Sarah Mornell. She's amazing. If you want to get into acting, Sarah Mornell is the teacher you should go to.
Shout them out.
Yeah, and music as well. Like I just can't. Like they're just my loves.
Okay. What does acting give you that music doesn't, and vice versa? Like,
So I feel like music is therapeutic to me. I write my music. I collaborate with people. I give them a theme, like of what I'm going through. We'll go about that. I could do that myself. Like I feel like I could write that path. And it's a little bit more scarier because you don't know what's coming and what's going. Acting is very structured. It's get an agent, go to school, get in the gym, get your headshots, audition, and book. Like it's very structured. It's like to the point, you know. You're not gonna get the first one, obviously, but you gotta just keep going and trying, you know, to figure out what you're lacking and seek the help. And I feel like you're jumping into somebody's shoes and like bringing in yourself plus what you see on the script.
is it even like? Could it even be kind of dope that you kind of take a break from being yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can't judge people anymore.
All right.
I don't
Talk
know.
about that some more.
Because you know everyone is made from different elements,
Experiences and-
experiences, and I feel like when you go and read a script, like for me, I feel it already. It's weird. I feel like I've been doing it for a long time, so I just feel like the words hit different. So when I bring a little of myself, they want to see you at the end of the day, but they want to see you through the character.
Right.
So it just, I don't know, I just can't judge people anymore. Because I want to play anything. I have no limit when it comes to acting. So from the homeless person on the street to, you know, up there, like I'm constantly looking at people and building characters, like on the bus or like on the train.
That's a different
like,
type. That's a different level of
yeah,
people
it's like,
watching.
I feel like, I'm like, damn, like, I'm just an empath, I feel like. So, and acting really brought that out of me. So I can't judge people anymore. I don't know.
I mean, it's not a bad
Everyone
thing.
has their own path in life. So it's like if I could sit here and be like, oh, like my path is better, like who am I to say that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So acting really humbles you.
You think being an empath really helps you create your music?
Yes.
You
But
feel everything.
I'm so emotional. Like I can't. Like,
Who is it though? Like when people say that, like everyone's emotional. It's just how they
No,
react.
I am emotional.
Oh, yeah?
Like, yeah, I am super emotional, and I feel like I don't know if I can control it. I'm trying to work through that. I'm in the Bible now. I'm trying to read the Bible.
That's good. Clap it up for the Bible.
Just try to control myself a little bit with my emotions.
Okay.
Because it's dangerous.
Okay.
You can't. But it makes me real, like a real person. Cause
That's what's selling now, you know?
I can't hide myself. Like, I don't know. I can't hide. Like, if it's a bad day, you're going to know it's a bad day. If it's a good day, you're going to know it's a good day. If it's an emotional one, I'll be in the corner crying. You know, pass me the tissues. But
I got you. So, jumping back to Selena a little bit.
Right.
You had mentioned in a previous interview that, like, I believe you were born the year she died, but she still had a huge impact on you.
Yes. As soon as I was born, that was what's playing on the TV. My aunt and my dad are, like, really, like, they love music. So she'll be playing, and I'm like, I want to be like them. You know, so I want to be like her. Like, her story really broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because you really got to pay attention to your team now. Like, for me, it's like, who you have around you is important.
Right.
So I, even, like, looking back, I'm like, you know?
Makes you look over your shoulder?
Yeah, a little bit, because you just don't know. Like, she didn't know, you know? But, yeah, her story really impacted me. And hopefully I could, you know, meet her family one day. Like Karol G did. She did, like, a whole, like, a different song. It took some of the beats from one of her songs and recreated a song around that. And the family came and saw her at a concert.
That's dope.
So I was like, okay. You know, so hopefully I could do that one day. And
I bring that up because, like, that type of impact to still be that 30, 20 years later. So my question, we're winding down now. How much thought, if any, is to creating music that will last like that or have an impact like that?
That's definitely something that I like do music with intention.
Okay.
Like, I may try to, like, you know, the reggaeton stuff in the middle of it, but there's music that I have that I just, like, I feel like it could touch people.
Okay.
So that's definitely always on my mind, no matter what I do. So even with acting, so I'm like, I want to do a movie like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some movies that I'd be like, wow, like, I cried the whole time. Like, I want to make people cry. I want to heal people. So, and heal myself too.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. What's next for Ame Luv? What can we expect?
So the video's gonna drop soon of this song, Vuelve.
Okay.
And then my next single. So.
All right.
Be on the lookout.
All right, we will be. I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing your talents. Please come back to Soul Live.
Yes.
Can we get a hand? Give it up. Appreciate you.